see here, please.
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I'm your host, Tommy. Joining me is Mr. Mikey, and the season's over. Plain and simple.
What a shit show that was.
The season's over. It's not officially over, but
it's over.
It's over for me. It's over for Mikey. I think Mikey can agree. It's time to put the white flags out. Mikey, get to the chat because a lot of chat here, a lot coming through, and then we'll start to talking once we get to some of these comments. But
I can't. Something's going on. I can't.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's right. No, it's right. No, because we're on. Yeah. So if you can just see him in the thing. So let me.
James says, "What a fucking joke!" And James, you are not wrong, brother.
Miles, yeah, white flags coming out.
Oh my God.
What a pathetic team. I agree. Why are the Bills subbing on that field goal? Because Sean McDermott is coaching his team. And I told you guys that he needs to go. He needs to go. Like, if anything, told you. And by the way, real quick too.
All of them.
Yeah, all of them. I know the whole coaching staff. But once again, now mind you, the offense was shitty tonight. Terrible, awful, god awful. But
and it was the players. It was the players.
Yes, 100%. But I will say, here we go again. New England Patriots, right? Once again, all over again. We have an opportunity to win an ugly game with our defensive-minded head coach. Now, let me say that again. Our defensive-minded head coach. And he cannot come up with a stop yet again against another team that's not the greatest right now. They're playing a little better, but let's be real. This isn't the Eagles. This isn't the Chiefs. This isn't the Bengals. I have zero faith in this head coach. I have zero faith in him, and even as a defensive coordinator at this position at this time. I have zero faith in this offense. I have zero faith in anything we're doing right now as a team collectively. Special teams, awful tonight, by the way. It wasn't just that last kick. It was covering punts on punt returns. They had great punt returns all night. Kick return, punt return. Terrible tackling. Everything was bad tonight. The offense especially. But I thought the defense, yes, for 3.5 quarters.
I'm not going to
even most of the game.
Here's the deal. I'm not putting that on the players. That was Sean McDermott's dumbass call to send engage 8.
No, I agree.
At the end, the defense did their job with what was dealt to them. Like,
I agree. I agree. Listen, the defense did their best tonight that they could do, especially shorthanded. I agree with you. They gave the offense an opportunity to win the game multiple times to get them a bigger lead, whatever, and they just could not do it. They kept shooting themselves in the foot every single series. I agree with you. I'm just saying the last possession, when the defense was really needed, we really needed that defense to make a stop. It didn't make a stop. And then, of course, you got to blame that on Sean McDermott as well, obviously, right? The scheme of it. And the special teams, obviously, they missed the field goal, guys. They missed the field goal.
Yeah.
But we had 12.
But your special teams coordinator couldn't figure out who's on special teams.
Yeah. And then, by the way, that was a good call. Teron can be mad as mad as he wants. That was a good call. His
defensive coordinator put him in a bad position.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree. You don't need to blitz twice in a row.
Okay.
Got through the first time. They read that. Yeah, go ahead.
Connor comes in and says the Madden's curse is real. Listen, this has nothing to do with a Madden curse.
No.
This is inept coaching and inept execution by players.
Yeah, and this has been
a stupid video game cover.
No, and this has been going on. We just got lucky, I kind of think, last year at 13-3.
Like, this started
we were already
mid-season last year.
Correct. You kind of starting to see the writing on the wall last year. Let's be real. And I said it in 2021 when McDermott blew it then. Is McDermott the guy? And everybody got on our case, got on my case at least. Why even question that? Boy, are you guys questioning it now? I bet you are. I bet you sure as fuck are. And I bet everybody else is too, because you're not being real then. If you're not questioning right now, is Sean McDermott and his coaching staff able to lead this team to a Super Bowl ever? No, zero. No, I have zero faith. Absolutely none in this coaching staff. Like I said, I credit him for what he's done here, but he has to fucking go, man. And you know what? The owners aren't going to do it. And that's the sad thing about being a Buffalo Bills fan right now. We're going to have to live with this for another season or two. It sucks. It's only guys, it's only going to get worse from here. I'm telling you. Players are already, you can see it in their eye. They're already like disgruntled. They don't want to be with this coaching staff. I can already see it, feel it. I know it. Oh, I'm sorry if I got a lot of people in here tonight. Is it me or Josh doesn't want to play for the coach staff? Exactly, Chuckles. I feel that. I'm really starting to feel that way. And I'm feeling that way with a lot more other than him. Body language. Body language tells me everything.
Did you hear on the TV broadcast, they said someone brought a sign that said the only thing I want for Christmas is Ken Dorsey fired, and Tim Settle signed it?
No way.
Yeah.
That's funny. Tim Settle, our defense is still funny. Miles Connor, my buddy Miles, what's up, brother? Why not fire him now? They won't, because they gave him an extension to start the season. Yep. I would love it, but they would not have the balls to do it, and they're not going to. Unfortunately.
I don't think Jim Harbaugh's the right guy for us.
I don't think so, but I take him. I would.
Honestly, you know who you want? You want Ben Johnson. You want the offense coordinator from the Lions. That's who we want. Yeah, if they were to go get a coach, listen, this one's not even on Dorsey. You know, the players didn't execute.
Oh man, God! Let's start. Yeah, let's start from the rip. So we wanted the ball first on offense, which whatever. At that, honestly, I was
okay with that. I was okay with that.
I was cool with it. I'm like, okay, maybe that's what like the spark we need, right? Go down, score first, get this thing, and then fucking James Cook with the fumble right away. Yep. And then we bench him 16 plays, right? And then I liked the angry James Cook that came back out and started playing hard. But boy, he got lucky yet again on the big run. He fumbled and it happened to pop. I gotta say tonight, James Cook and holding the ball was a problem. Seemed just could not hold on to the rock, man. You can't drop the ball. Also, the interception by Josh Allen. I don't know. He was going to Hardy Y at that point, and it was underthrown, and Hardy did nothing to help either by just standing there and looking at the ball come down into the.
I mean, it was a bad decision by Josh.
Oh yeah, it was a bad decision, bad throw. But I'm just saying, Hardy.
Bad play call. Why are you running?
Could have put some effort in.
Why you have one guy on that side of the field? Like there was a few times I saw that. You had one guy out in a route, and then the rest of them on the other side, and it's just
Angel James was dope, but he's not trustworthy. Yeah, listen, you got to hold the ball, man. I mean, like you would think at that point he would know, and he fumbled the ball.
Even the one where we went down and scored at the end, he fumbled the ball. We got lucky that it bounced back up to him.
That's what I just said. Like,
oh god, second fumble. You're gonna bench Josh Allen? You're gonna put all this on Josh Jack?
No.
Listen.
No.
Josh wasn't good tonight.
No, he wasn't.
But he also didn't have any help. There was 5 drops in the first 2 series.
Yeah. I don't know. It was brutal. Allen had
Craig says which interception he had 2. One that went off of his wide receiver's hands.
Okay, exactly. So let's be real here, Craig, because I know I don't know if you've ever been in this channel before, but let's be honest, because we're all pretty honest here with each other. Josh Allen's throw, the first interception, was a clear catch. It should have been a catch by Gabe Davis. Clearly, right in his hands. It bounced out off the receiver into the corner. Into the safety. There's nothing you could do. That's not Allen's fault. The second one, yes, 100%. No doubt about it. So the fumble too, as well. I don't know I have no idea. I still don't know what they were doing there. I really don't. Was he supposed to pull the ball back? Because clearly Cook was not.
Allen just dropped it.
No, it hit. Yeah, but it like he put it out and hit his belly.
He put it out and he then it rolled off his hands, and
it's almost like he didn't pull it back in time. I don't know what he was doing.
Well, he wasn't holding it. He was trying to hand it off. It just fell out of his hand.
Yeah, weird. I don't know. Joey, for this coaching staff, fire this coach. I don't know for this coaching staff anymore. They have lost faith in them. Stephon Diggs did last season. Yeah. By the way, Stephon Diggs was kind of a no-show tonight too. I mean, it wasn't his fault. It just they were taking away Stephon Diggs tonight,
and we did nothing to adjust to get him easy looks.
Miles Zach Wilson is not looking good, my friend. They lost, and he threw a key interception in that game. So I don't know what you're talking about. Miles, my buddy, he likes Zach Wilson, by the way. He thinks Zach Wilson's good.
Great,
but yeah, he's funny. Anyways, Von Miller, yeah. So I actually I spoke to Mikey too. Listen, that injuries, I told you guys, ACL is tough to come back, especially it hasn't even been a year. So he's going to be a no-show for a little bit until he gets right. But I agree with you. I mean, having him out there is just kind of like pointless if he's not making any kind of impact to the game. We hit a huge miraculous sack, pushed them out of realistic field goal, and then tried it again. Yeah, that's the part. That's what I'm saying. I don't get that. We got a defensive-minded head coach. You blitzed once, it worked. They read it the whole way the second one.
Yeah, he just threw it up, knowing that it was going to be a PI.
Right. It was just a stupid overall play by Sean McDermott there. Just real dumb.
Listen,
Craig, what quarterback in the NFL has the most interceptions this year? Just asking for a friend. I think it is Josh Allen right now.
Yep.
So that's fine. Listen, Josh Allen, he had 13 last season.
Craig, if you want to hate Josh, that's fine.
Yeah. So that's not the reason why we lost, though, altogether. Like, if you're watching this football team, I don't know if you're a Bills fan or not, but the whole offense just is not good right now. It's not just Josh. It's like it's the play calling. It's the can't hold the ball, fumbling, drop passes. Josh Allen also making poor decision. The scheme, everything about this offense right now is not right. And it wasn't right last year towards the tail end of the season. But we just kind of got lucky and won some of those closer games. This year, we're not winning those closer games like we did last year when we went 13-3. That's the only difference, guys. Go back, look. We were in close games down the stretch. We just barely pulled them off. This year, we're not doing that. We're losing the closer games, and now it's why our record is 5-5.
Yep. Only Docs wants to know: should the Bills move on from Josh?
No. You can't. Guys. You know how long it took to get a franchise quarterback. Go look around the league at teams that are still trying to find their franchise quarterback year after year after year. I mean, look at the Jets, right? The Jets went out, got Zach Wilson, and then they know he's not the answer, and they went and got Aaron Rodgers, who's an aging vet. They know they only got a few years with him. Like, it's tough to get a good, solid quarterback in the NFL. So, no, man, you can't get rid of Josh Allen. He's still one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but he's not having listen, plain and simple. He's had a couple bad games this year, and this is one of them tonight for sure. This is a bad game. But I don't think it was all his doing tonight. I mean, are you going to blame Josh Allen for the opening play, James Cook fumble? You can't blame him for that. So there's a lot that happens tonight, guys. Bills, Josh needs proper guidance. Listen, I agree too. I do agree with that. A better offensive coordinator with Josh Allen will help him in his career. There's no doubt in my mind. You hit the nail on the head right there. I totally agree with that. And I think Ken Dorsey is not helping his growth at all. In fact, he's regressing in some of his decision making. So I agree. I'm with you on that. Dolphins going to win the division. I mean, yeah, it's looking like it. I mean, at this point, why wouldn't they?
By default, why they should win the division? They just they just play 500 ball the rest of the way. They'll probably win the division.
Correct.
Murray says, why would that ever be a thought that Josh needs help when we had the first non-Josh Allen touchdown tonight? So only Docs just feels impossible to win a Super Bowl when the quarterback leads the leagues in turnovers every year. It feels like a Philip Rivers situation. Okay, feel your way. We can agree to disagree. Josh had us in the playoffs with the lead with 13 seconds left. Was it his fault that we didn't win that game?
Yeah. Richard with a remarkable collection of bumbling idiots. Idiot and Chief will be gone tomorrow. This team is unprepared for. Listen,
Zach doesn't like Josh Allen at all.
Yeah.
He's worse than Mac Jones.
Zach, you're
I don't know if you're
totally
a Bills fan
wrong.
or not, but okay.
You're obviously. I don't know. Do you watch football? I mean, I'm supposing you do. You're on this channel, so I'll leave it at that, man. If you believe that, you believe that. Listen, by the way, if that's your opinion, that's your opinion. I can't, I'm not going to knock you on it. But I think a lot of people would disagree with that. Oh, man. Joey. Okay, so whose stats does the interception go on? Because if it's Josh, then it's his interception. We're tired of him. Listen, Joey, stop. Joey, let's rewind.
Fine, Joey, no, wait, feel your way. Feel your way, brother.
If you want to hate
Josh Allen, if you want to hate Josh Allen and think it's all his fault, Feel your way, brother.
On that one, you're the other interception to Hardy.
We cannot tell people their feelings are wrong. Yeah.
I got
feel the way you feel tonight, brother.
Yeah, it's true. You're angry. You are angry.
At the end of the day, you got to fan the way you got to fan. I'm going to fan the way I'm going to fan.
Yeah, I agree. Everybody's has their emotions tonight. Spin. I'm just so pissed that they had 12 men on the field. It's like a rerun over and over.
Right after a timeout, did you not see the other sidelines talking to their field goal team, saying be ready, and we didn't do that? That is just bad coaching. That's bad coaching on the special teams coordinator. That's bad coaching on the head coach. You can't have that. And I would love to hear what McDermott's comments are for that. Tommy. Yes.
Scott.
Dude, we had them miss the field goal. They missed the field goal for us to win too.
Oh man, I know. And he missed the kick. It's like, but listen, guys, it's the story of the Buffalo Bills under Sean McDermott. I am telling you, everything that could happen, that could go wrong with under Sean McDermott has gone wrong. Everything. Go way back in time. Let's go back to 2019 against the Texans in the playoffs. We had the lead and went to shit. Right? It went wrong. Then you got the 13 seconds. Then you got last year against the Bengals when we had home field advantage against a offensive line in the Bengals that were like beat up, terrible backups, guys that were car mechanics coming in, and we still couldn't get to Joe Burrow. Made their offensive line look like the best in the league. I'm telling you guys, if it could go wrong, it goes wrong. How about the catch by in Arizona, right? The Hail Murray. If it could go wrong, it goes wrong. I'm telling you guys, like it's just crazy to me. I don't know. And Sean McDermott preaches special teams, by the way, and why do we always fail on special teams in big?
Whitetown Kings thinks Josh Allen's a fraud. Fan the way you fan, Whitetown. If you want to believe that, hey, more power to you, brother.
Listen, at this time, I think everybody's just upset. And right now, I want everyone, I don't give a fuck. Go ahead and preach it. Say it. Say how you feel.
Something.
Right. Say how you feel. I don't care. Jay Stone, a super chat. Time to get ready for next one. I love Jay Stone, bro, but I'm waving a white flag, brother. You can't beat the Broncos at home. Monday Night Football, big moment. It's a game that is a must-win in my opinion.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of people's opinion.
Next,
and now you got a brutal schedule coming up, guys. It ain't getting easier. Ain't no way in fuck this offense is gonna turn it around like that, and all of a sudden this team's just gonna be on a roll. It's not happening. We can think that all we want or pray for it. This team is garbage right now. Hot garbage. This offense is bad. It's crazy. I've never seen a team, Mikey, I swear to God, I've never seen a team crumple like this. It feels like it's overnight, even though it's not. It's a whole season. We're 10 weeks in, but it just feels like we've gone from this 3 years in a row winning the AFC East. Good team, man. I know we don't always do good in the playoffs, but to a fucking terrible team. Like overnight, right? It just like, what the fuck happened to this team? It's crazy, bro. It's crazy to me, man.
Brian Daboll took the head coaching job with the New York Giants.
Yeah, I don't know what you're reading.
Our offense has gone south since.
Oh, for the day, yeah. So I'll agree with that. I wasn't the biggest fan of Daboll, but
neither was I.
It is showing that he did at least manage this offense better than Ken Dorsey. And if this is what McDermott wanted as far as offense goes, when he got rid of, or when Daboll left, then guys, we're in some big fucking trouble moving ahead. Like, honestly, because he's going to be our coach for the next season or two. I will be shocked if they get rid of Sean McDermott at the end of the year. I'm telling you right now, it ain't going to happen. They just extended him. I would be really surprised. They should. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable. You have fucking fans spending all that money going to the game, Monday Night Football, and he put out shit performance like that. What about Mike?
Raymond Taylor. Time to bring out the backup Allen and sit Josh on sideline and see how he likes to sit about something. Okay, you want to see how bad this offense looks without Josh Allen? Knock yourself out. Remember this: if you're truly a fan of the Buffalo Bills, keep this hate for Josh Allen, because he will be gone one day, and we will go back to the 17 years.
They were never trying to trade Josh Allen. I disagree. But like I said, I think everyone in here is just upset, and I'm cool with it. Like, bro, guys, listen. Say what you want, man. I at this point, it's opinion-based. This is what makes this show fun, and we're all angry. Listen, we're all diehard. Most of us. I don't know about all y'all in the chat. I know a few of you guys in here are diehard Buffalo Bills fans, and some of you guys have never seen before, and maybe you're just trolling, or maybe you're having a good time, or maybe you are Buffalo Bills fans. You're just angry. It's first time to this channel. But when we lose, man, we're come on here, win or lose, me and Mikey, and we say how we feel, man. We give everything. We're honest, man, and we want you guys to be honest too. If you guys feel Josh Allen sucks, go ahead and say it, man. I'm not gonna. It is what it is, man. It's your opinion.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys, if I'm not getting every one of your chat. There's a lot of people in here. Roy, if we can't do better than Dorsey, then hang it up. Yeah, I think it's time. And you know what's crazy? What's crazy to me is, like, you know what we're gonna get tomorrow? We're gonna get that coach speak again, and they're gonna ask him again. Some reporter's gonna ask about the offense and the play calling, if there should be a change. I'm sure it's gonna come, and McDermott's gonna give him the angry no, and it's starting to become a slap in the face for all of us watching this team and this offense just go to shit.
Whether McDermott believes it's Dorsey or not, you have to make a change.
Right.
You have to do something different. Doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. Come on.
It's like I said, getting stuck in the mud and just hitting the gas pedal and praying you'll get out when it's not working, clearly. So it's like we just keep going back to the same thing. Dallas, Tommy, I agree with. We are all mad right now. Problem is playoffs are on life support. Listen, Dallas, playoffs. I'm telling you, it ain't gonna happen, and it sucks, bro. It does. I fucking listen. Ain't nobody. I'm a diehard Bills fan. I live for the season, man. I'm all off season. I'm pumped up. You know, me and Mikey going through the draft, talking to y'all like preseason football. Like we're invested in this team big time, and it's tough, man. We're gonna have to roll with the rest of the season, and no, I just don't see we're gonna make the. I just don't see it happening, guys. And
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. The sad part is you are hit Scott's comment
right here.
He's like, Mikey, I get you on Josh Allen. However, he's not what we're used to. There is something wrong. Josh is just not going. 100%. Like the old Josh Allen takes off running way earlier, and
even the touchdown, he hesitated. No,
yeah,
it seemed like he had it from the get-go, and
he's definitely something going on there.
It's almost like he feels like he had running is just like the worst, like last.
Mentally, he's just fucked up. I don't know what's going on.
I agree.
He's thinking out there rather than just reacting and playing.
Okay, only Docs. I get it, but Alex Smith is not. Josh Allen's better than Alex Smith. Let's be real. You can't move. You're moving on from Alex Smith to Patrick Mahomes. I mean,
listen.
Yeah.
Financially, you can't get off of Josh Allen. You can't get off of him. The dead cap would be too much. Even if they wanted to, which they don't. You know? Oh.
See, some of your comments are... Listen, you can't get mad at the comments. It is what it is. People are going to feel how they want. I agree. You know what I mean? Some of my comments, I'm sure people don't agree on, but if we all can agree on one thing right now is the Bills are 5-5 and they're a bad football team right now. And if we all can agree on another thing is Ken Dorsey is a terrible offensive coordinator. I think at this point, I don't think there's anybody in this room that could say otherwise. And if we can all agree, Sean McDermott is not a very good head coach right now. And I think he was. I think he was a decent head coach. I think he did enough. I think he did all he can for this team, but it's time to move on. I think we all can agree on that. At some point, we're going to have to. And I think 70% of us in here probably think they're not making the playoffs this year. Listen, I'm still going to have a good outlook on this team. I'm praying and hoping we make the playoffs, but in all reality, this team is not a playoff team. It's plain and simple. Plain and simple. Should I hit him with it, Mikey? Should I hit him with it? Do I even have it? Oh, I do have it.
In my opinion, that sucked. What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
which we're not. Right, at this point, right? Let's at least win some games and not look so bad at the end of the year. Can we win 7? I mean, there's 2 more games possible.
Let's look at the schedule. I'll tell you.
Oh my God.
Because I'm not 100% positive it is.
Right. Yeah. Oh my God.
All right. We got the Jets next week. So listen, we get the Jets next week. And say what you want about their offense. That defense could win the game by itself.
100%.
We did in week one.
Right,
you know. Right. Then we get the Eagles, Chiefs, Cowboys, Chargers, Patriots, Dolphins. There's a good chance we lose out.
There's a very, very good chance because you got the chart right. So you got one team that's not very good on offense, but probably the best defense in the league right now in the Jets. And our offense is right now playing like one of the worst. I'm going to go out and say it. That's a coin flip of a game. I have no idea who's going to win there. It could be a low scoring where we lose a field goal with 12 guys on the field again. Right? Like, it's one of those games or on a punt return. And then what'd you say? What's next after the Jets?
After the Jets, the Eagles. And then a bye.
At Philly. At Philly. So
and then we go on a bye.
The chances are slim we weren't in that.
Then we come back from the bye. Then we come back from the bye, and we're at
Chiefs,
KC.
Right? Which you haven't played the best offense, but it doesn't matter. Against us, they'll score 50 points.
Yep.
This is the way we were.
And then we're at home versus the Cowboys. We can't beat the Broncos. We're not beating the Cowboys.
Right.
Then we're at the Chargers. That's a 50-50 game.
And they're a good offense. They're a
good offense, but their defense is hot crap.
Well, what does it matter? What does it matter? Our offense can't do anything.
Then we're home versus the Patriots, which we might get a win there. Maybe. We didn't beat them last time. So
right.
And then we're at Miami.
Right, which is right now looking more and more like a loss.
Like there is a legit path to us losing the rest of the games and having 100%. A 5-win season.
I think Zach, Diggs was their game plan was a lockdown Diggs to double him up, just take him out of the game. That's what good not good defense, but that's what most defenses will do when they know that you only got one player that can play on the outside, whatever. One of your solid receivers, they're going to take one out if they know that your number 2 is not the greatest. By the way, Gabe Davis tonight, he's just not a number 2, guys. Like, I can't.
I'll be happy next season when Gabe is gone.
Right, exactly. It's his time to leave. I mean, the interception is outrageous. You can't catch. By the way, Dalton Kincaid too dropped the ball tonight too.
He also came back and caught a touchdown.
He did, but I'm just saying, still, you got it. Like little plays like that, though.
Diggs dropped the ball. Diggs dropped the ball.
Absolutely, he did.
Murray dropped
one in the second half. Yeah.
There was a ton of drops tonight.
Oh, guys, I'm sorry if I'm not getting to all of your questions. I am trying my best. Is Shorter ready to cut? Yeah, at this point, listen, if he is, I'd give him a try. Why not? Like,
because they're not going to change it. They're not going to change anything.
No, I know they're not. I know.
They're just not gonna. McDermott's gonna come out and say we didn't play complimentary football. Josh Allen's is gonna say, we're close.
I don't know.
Jermaine, is Josh Allen still elite? He's not playing elite. Talent-wise,
no.
is he elite? Talent-wise, is he elite? Yes. Is he playing elite? Absolutely not.
Triggs, Davis is one of the issues of the offense because of his limited route running. He limits what plays you could run on offense. I agree with that too.
And they refuse to take him off the field. He plays 90+% of our snaps. We benched Cook for the fumble.
Right.
Davis drops one that gets picked off, and he's out there on the next snap. Where is the accountability there?
Right. Steve's saying, what do you think the Bills should do to change things up? Are you talking about this season or just moving on? Like on to next season? You're saying to the rest of the year? Or?
What?
I mean, there's not much. Like he's saying, what should we do to, what can the Bills do to change things up at this point? I mean,
fire your offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
put someone else in there. Let there be a new voice in the room.
Bills wide receiver throwing games. No, I think the whole team's just. I think the whole team. I think the offense is. Yeah, it's broken. It's lost. I think they're looking for an answer that McDermott and Dorsey just can't give, man. And that's the honest truth. They just don't have an answer right now, and that's that's what I'm saying about good coaches and coaching staff. They're there for a reason, guys. If they didn't need coaches in the NFL or basketball, whatever, any sport, they would just have the players out there figuring it out on their own. That's not how it works. This is pro sports, man. You have coaches in place that need to do their job and find a way to get things going better. And if they can't, then this is what you see week after week. And the Bills are just right now in this, they're just looking for answers, not going to find. Yeah, I think this is what's going to happen, I think, in the offseason. I don't think they're going to do it now. I think they're going to let Ken Dorsey go, which they should. So he'll be the next scapegoat, which I do believe anyways he should get let go regardless if he's a scapegoat or not. But McDermott's staying. McDermott's going to stay. I'm interested to see what they'll do at the defensive coordinator position. If Sean McDermott remains DC, I don't think he should. I think that was a big mistake, guys. I honestly, nobody talks about it. But I think him becoming a DC head coach and DC taking dual responsibility was a bad decision. I'm going to be honest with you. Look where we're at now. We're 5-5. First year under McDermott doing both DC and head coaching. I'm just throwing that out there, man. I mean, that also could take a part of this.
What's up, Mario?
Isn't it fun? Yeah, this is great. Great times being a Buffalo content.
Someone put in here, about our contract. And the sad part is we have no salary cap relief next year. Like we are in a bad way. We're in a bad way.
You got nothing. You're paying everybody all this money to contribute to nothing, really. A lot of players aren't stepping up in their contracts. By the way, too, can't get to the quarterback to save our life. We got to him at the end.
We can get to him, we just can't get him on the ground.
Yeah, we started to at the end. I felt like we got to him a few times, but other than that, I mean, we just couldn't get to him. We couldn't make a play on him. And how many times he was going to do that flip to the running back that gained 20, 30 yards?
That's what beat us against the Patriots too. McDermott refuses to cover the running back out of the backfield.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, man. I don't honestly, man. I wish I had the answer. What this team. I mean, I have the answer. This is not going to do it, which is fire the whole coaching staff and bring in a new voice. An offensive-minded head coach would be my start of things. The defensive-minded head coach is not working, especially with McDermott. Only way that works, in my opinion, guys, if you have yourself in place or he brings with him an ace as an offensive coordinator. I'm talking, and he's hands off. You know what I mean? It's the only way. You got to be hands off. Let your OC do his job. Go ahead.
The problem is then that ace offense coordinator gets a head coaching job and you're back to square one.
No, I get it. I get that. But he could last a couple seasons with you. And then, hey, if he wins a Super Bowl with you with a good team, then nobody's complaining that he's only there 2 years. You're going to have every team has to have a good OC for a little bit until he's gone. I agree with that.
I love this Richard comment.
Richard's comment.
Yeah,
okay.
Richard's comment. How do you have 12 men on the field at the end of the game? That's just junior varsity mistakes.
Because that's McDermott thing. How do you not know if you're going to squib kick or kick it out of bounds in 2021 in the playoff game? How about that? This has been going on. How about his clock management that I told you guys tonight? Why I told Mikey, why is he calling timeouts now at the end of the game? Remember, at the end of the first half. Was it the end of the first half when he was doing that? Mikey, on that, remember, I'm like, why is he deciding to call timeouts now? Super late when he could have been calling them way earlier. I just don't understand. Like, his clock management's awful, guys.
Yeah. McKay, unpopular opinion, the Bills windows is closed. For this year, it has. Super Bowl windows open and close annually.
No, it's listen. If we were 5-5 and we were actually playing, no, I'm saying I'm sorry. We're 5. I can't believe we are. I guess that's why I'm saying that. We're 5-5. and we're actually playing really good football, but we're just losing some weird games. I might say, hey, maybe there's a chance we just losing some weird games, right? Like, it could happen. Like in 2021, remember? At least our offense wasn't in such a, I don't know, whatever this is, funk shithole, right? Like, at least I saw something there.
Broken.
Right. But in 2021, remember, we could at least go back and go, you know what? We're 7-6, but our offense is still kind of clicking. We're just, if we could fix this, and this, just a couple things, we might be all right. Bro, this offense is, I don't know if you can fix it. I don't think you can. So that's why I think this season is over, because there's just they don't have the answer. They don't have the answer. And they're going to keep throwing out what they're throwing out. And this is the results we're going to get week after week. The defense trying their best to keep the offense in the game, to keep this team in the game. And the defense just falling flat at the end because they're exhausted. Did you see the Denver Broncos average field tonight was like at the 45?
Yeah.
Ours was at the 20. I mean, like, why are we taking the ball out of the end zone?
That's all. Joey comes in and asks, Sean McDermott or Josh Allen, one of them has to go. Who do I pick? Sean McDermott. I've seen Josh Allen play elite football. Whatever's going on inside one's Bills drive has broken that offense. And it broke last year. I'm not just saying this year. It broke last year.
So, Tom, I think Mikey's agreeing as too. Yeah, I'm with you. I think the season's over.
Okay.
I told you guys tonight, this game was a must win, in my opinion. I don't care what anyone says. You can't beat the Broncos at home on primetime football at this stage. Week 10, it's fucking over. And it's over. We're 5-5. We have a tough ass schedule coming up. We got players, obviously, guys that are out for the rest of the season on defense, pretty much. It's done. It's a wrap. I would be shocked if we make the playoffs. I would be fucking shocked at this point. I just don't see it happening. Triggs, it's easily fixed. Get real route runners and OC that knows how to utilize guys around him and adapt. But here's the problem.
Why we're doing that? Before you answer that, tell me about why we're doing that. Can we get some defensive guys who can tackle?
Well, that's where I'm going with this. So I love Brandon Beane. I do. But if he has a head coach and guys that are vouching for the current players on their roster that could do the job, that's when they skip out players like linebackers in the draft or, linebackers in free agencies because they want to stick with Dotson. Like little shit like that. Like Gabe Davis, for instance. They could have probably drafted a receiver early if they felt like, hey, Gabe Davis probably not. Let's go. Nope, not happening. There's a lot of mistakes. There's the guys that we could draft, guys that we could sign, and we choose to stick with the guys in the house because the coaching staff believes in them or they're going to turn it around. This, whatever it is, and it's just not. It ain't happening, guys. It ain't happening. So we gotta. I just think this coaching staff. The only way this happens is if the coaching staff. We need a whole new coaching staff in here, man. Plain and simple, man. We just do, guys. Things are not going to change until he is replaced, and I don't think he's going to be replaced anytime soon. Not for at least another season or two. A massive fight. Yeah, Miles, I totally agree. They do. Come on, man. Listen, guys, let's be real here. Buffalo Bills, last 3 seasons, really last 4, kind of. We've been a good football team, but you kind of saw things falling apart after the 2021 season, after that 13 seconds. We're got to be real here. Things are starting to decline. Coaching has gotten, I feel like, worse. And now's your chance. Now's your chance for the Magulas to see the writing on the wall and say, hey, they took us as far as they can, this coaching staff. It is time to move on. They've been here 7 years. Sean McDermott's been here 7 seasons. We've gotten to one AFC champ. Yeah, and we've gotten to one AFC championship game, guys. One. And we got blown the fuck out.
Yeah, we got blown out. Game.
Smoked. So when does that time come where the Ghouls go, hey, okay, 8 seasons? Do we give them 8? Do we give them 9? Do we get 10? Like, do we just wait till the new stadium's open? Like, it's like crazy to me.
If you give him 10, you're wasting Josh's entire prime.
No, it's over with. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm concerned about. I think you let him go after the season. Boom, you cut him loose.
But that's saying Sean. That's saying your owner looks at it that way.
Yeah, and he doesn't. We have an owner that, bro, I'm telling you guys, they're living in the past. They're scared to go back. Like a lot of Bills fans, maybe not now, because I think Bills fans are starting to wake up now. But I think they're living in the past of, man, we don't want to go down. We don't want to go back to that losing, 17-year drought. God forbid we get rid of McDermott and we hire the wrong guy. We don't want to go back to that. At least he's winning, right? Or we're getting into the playoffs. Like, they're not looking at the big picture. And I think things are going to get worse. Like this season, guys. So
this guy can't be a Bills fan.
Who? I don't know which one you're talking about.
He says play Kyle Allen from now on. He cannot be a Bills fan.
Well, he does say Diggs is the GOAT. I mean, he is the GOAT.
Well, Mikey, that's how you feel. You fan the way you want to fan. And I will. I'll fan the way I want to fan. You fan the way you want to fan.
Oh, yeah, dude, guys, listen, everyone here is going to. By the way, when I do videos this week, I'm going to hear it from everybody. So
Joey, my question, do you think Sean McDermott's a good head coach? If you said I think is that what he's trying to get at?
I don't know. I know when Josh. I think so. That's a great question. How about that? Let's ask that to the chat. By the way, there's 111 in here right now. Do me a favor, hit the like button, even though you're mad. You could hit the thumbs down. That's up to you. Yeah. But if you want to hit the like button, I appreciate it. But that's a great question. So in the chat right now, all 111, is Sean McDermott a good head coach? Go ahead and rate him. You know what? Do a rating. 1 to 5 stars. What do you give Sean McDermott? I'm going to give him, and I'm talking about just in general since he's been, I'm going to say 2.5. I think 2.5 stars is fair. I think that's out of 5 stars. Yeah. So, I think he's 50. Okay. 50. I'm going to say 2.5 stars. I think it's
I'll say 3.
Okay, so she's being nice. I'm going to say 2.5.
I think I'm. He is.
No, it's fair. That's what I said.
He's a above average head coach. He's a very good leader of men. The problem is when you've been in a place for 7 years, the message gets stale, and I think it's time to make a change.
Does he get another job if he's fired?
The second he gets
as a head coach,
absolutely.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't. But the league,
as an owner, I wouldn't. You're right, though. As a league, you are right.
You saw him turn around the Buffalo Bills. You're telling me one of these middle-aged franchises that needs to be turned around wouldn't hire him in a heartbeat and say, do what you did for the Bills for us?
Possibly, but then they can get caught up in the rut. But you're right. He may. I can see that happening. You are right. There's 32 teams. There's a lot of bad coaches out there. But I also think the NFL is really an offensive league. I think that the old school McDermott way defensive head coach. I don't know if owners are going that way anymore. You know what I mean? I could be wrong, but I'm going to say 2.5. Like I said, I think and the reason why I think I credit him for what he's done here, but I also think he's really fucked up in some big moments as a head coach. And I can't excuse that, man. So, but but you know what? I can't argue with your 3 either. 3, I'm good with that.
I think he's fantastic to turn around a team. I don't think he'll ever be the guy that gets you over the hump. Exactly. Because you can also look at the same thing and say, is Ron Rivera a good head coach? He's had multiple stints.
Yeah, I don't. You know what?
He keeps getting a job though.
I'm not. Yeah, he does, and I wouldn't hire him. I'll be honest with you guys. I wouldn't. I wonder how the team responds to this. Bills will have to boost. This is a great question. I wonder how the team responds to the Bills Mafia booze in the stadium. I don't think they've experienced that. And you know what? What did I say?
I loved every second of it.
Yeah. What did I say pregame? I don't know if you were on for a little bit. I said, if the Bills come out flat, they need to get booed by Bills Mafia. And I expect it. And I'm so happy that Bills Mafia booed the shit out of this team because they deserve it. They all deserve it. By the way, those players' meetings did shit. Does nothing. Did nothing. Stop having them because they mean nothing at this point. Your coaching is letting you down for the most part. And players, by the way, are also not doing their part either. So let's not totally get this twisted and just blame coaching. Players absolutely are at fault as well here. Fumbling, just dropping passes, Allen making poor decisions, defensive tackling is an issue. Coaches can't go out there and tackle. Coaches aren't carrying the ball. Like, I get that. So it goes both ways, but I still think you need a new leader in the clubhouse, man.
Amy has the best comment I've ever seen.
Broncos fan, Broncos country. I'm gonna get to this, and I'll get to Allen. Broncos country. Let's ride. Side. Josh Allen's kind of ass. Handled us to win. Defense played well enough to win. So listen, I give you guys credit. You guys, I think, won 3 in a row now. We don't give excuses on this channel, man. So I appreciate you being here. But Josh Allen is an ass, man. I think right now, because I know you watch your team. You probably don't watch the Buffalo Bills so much. But right now, our offense our offense coordinator, offensive scheme is just not good right now, and it is not helping. Yeah, it's not helping Josh Allen. It's not helping his growth as a quarterback either. So yeah, Josh Allen isn't playing good, and he did not play good in this game, in my opinion, as well. But hey, kudos to you guys, man. You guys stepped up and you won a game for your coach 3 in a row. By the way, your defense is playing really good as well since that Dolphin game. So yeah, I got to give you credit, man. All right, go ahead. Which comment? I'm sorry, did I miss it?
Amy's comment.
Amy's comment. All right, let me.
Says all men get that 7-year itch.
Right here.
All men get that 7-year itch. She believes.
Yeah, well, I'm a true believer in some coaches, man. They just are. They have a ceiling, and some coaches are just regular season kind of coaches. They can get you to the playoffs, but they can't lead you to a championship. Like, some coaches just fall flat. And I think McDermott's starting to fall flat in the regular season now, which is scary because before, Mikey, we would at least know where we can get to the playoffs, right? Like, we're a good enough team to reach there. Now we're not even a good enough team to even probably go to the playoffs. I mean, that's
we're not going to the playoffs, dude.
Right. That's sad,
unless
right?
Some magic pill happens and we go on a run, we all of a sudden clean up all our mistakes, and But I've seen nothing over the last 5 games that tells me that we're going to clean up any of these mistakes.
By the way, Dave, the Broncos were missing extra points and field goals. Like, they missed they missed the extra point, kicker did. They botched the snap on the other touchdown they did. And then they missed the field goal at the end, which would have won it for the Bills if the fucking defense didn't have 12 guys on the field. It's like, once
After
again,
a timeout. Dude, the funniest part about that, and I just have to laugh, Tommy, because it's going to piss me off if I don't laugh. You saw on the sidelines that the entire field goal team for the Broncos was huddled up talking about you need to run on. And McDermott was like, okay, let's use the timeout, and then we'll do nothing. We'll allow 12 guys. How do you not? Same shit happened in 13 seconds.
I don't think we had a timeout.
No, we called the timeout before he kneeled. We called our last timeout, and then they went to the sidelines. So the Broncos got their field goal. So the Broncos
they ran. No, it's wrong. That's wrong, Mikey.
No, it's not wrong.
They listen. They only had. Trust me. They called it on 3rd down. The timeout they called on. I'm sorry. They called it on 2nd down. That was our last. On 3rd down, they kneeled it and they ran out and kicked the field goal. We didn't call a timeout on the 3rd down.
No, we called it on the 2nd down. Right.
So
the Broncos at that last timeout saying, okay, this is the final timeout. We're going to take a knee. Be ready.
Oh, you mean the field goal team. Saying. So
McDermott's over here, with his thumb up his ass. How do you?
And he should have known. He should have known they were going to kneel it too. Right. I agree with you there. Like McDermott should have said,
that goes back
"Hey
to the
guys,
seconds.
Here's what's going to happen." Right. He should have said on that time. Right. You are right on that second down going into the third down. He should have said, "Hey, let's fucking be ready." Right.
Defense should have been huddled,
have your
ready to run out there.
Right. He should. You know what? He should have talked to the special teams guy, the coach, and said, "Have your guys ready to run onto that field. Make sure there's 11 of them."
Didn't we get rid of a special teams coach?
It's a new guy now. I forget his name.
But didn't we do that because McDermott didn't talk to the special teams coach last time either with the 13 seconds?
2021. Right. Yes.
So he was the scapegoat. So who's the scapegoat this time?
It's McDermott. It goes back to the head coach every time. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Even the offense, there's a guy in charge. He's a leader of this fucking team, and that's Sean McDermott. Chuck, McDermott has hit a ceiling. Absolutely. It's over. I'm telling you. McDermott has hit a ceiling. This coaching staff is bad. From special teams to defensive coordinator, Sean McDermott. To offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey. To everybody. Even, man, I got to say, even Aaron Cromer, who I thought would be better here because he's an actually good offensive line coach.
Yeah.
Average. He hasn't really turned the offensive line around that good. It's all right.
I think honestly, I don't even think it's Cromer. I think it's the scheme. You watch guys
I know. You're right. You might be right on that too. You might be right on that.
Like I'm watching Zach Moss lead the, it's like second league in rushings. I watched Devin Singletary go for 150 yesterday.
Going to be some heads rolling in the offseason. Only one.
It's not, Tom. I do not believe that our owner has the balls to fire anybody.
Lindsay, I'm looking ahead of the Dolphins making the playoffs and then choking in the wild card round. I can't wait to troll it off. See, I don't do that. I don't troll the other fan bases thing. But I do hate the Dolphins. So if the Dolphins do, I don't want them to win us.
Honestly, I would love for the Dolphins to choke and the Jets to find a way to get in.
Right. They get Aaron Rodgers back just to, and we're just all sitting at home watching, doing our podcast.
Jets defense is good. Their offense is hot garbage, but their defense legit. Is really good.
But if their offense is hot garbage, what is ours? Is it just garbage, or is it getting hot? Or
it's getting hot. It's getting warm. It's definitely getting warm.
I mean, I'm just gonna be.
But you take our offense the way it is constructed today, and you give it to the Jets. We're in the lead in the East.
Oh my God!
You give them a competent play on offense, they win.
But I gotta say too, I mean, turning the ball over first play of the game, the defense held them to 3 points right away. Our defense. Is not the Jets defense. I get that, but our defense is actually, for as banged up as it is, I gotta give it. Yeah, I gotta give it some credit. I can't
need to stop at the end.
Until we right. And who does that go? I gotta say though, it still points back to the coach, because how is it every time our defense seems to do well in these games, but in big moments they fall flat? They do the dumbest shit. They make the biggest mistakes, or they don't. They play a totally different scheme, and they play a soft zone when they haven't played it all game, or they start blitzing when they really haven't done it well the whole game, or back-to-back blitzes. I don't understand that call either. There's no need to do it there. They're already out of field goal range. You get a stop there. They got to kick a super long field goal or punt it. And go or Hail Mary. I mean,
listen,
not punt it. Hail Mary.
We've had 3 of our losses to where Josh Allen at the end, as bad as we played, gave us a lead, and we needed one stop from our defense, and they couldn't do it.
Yep.
At the end of the day,
Miles is a Jets fan, by the way. He doesn't tell me that. I think he says he's a Dolphins fan, but I think because he likes Zach Wilson a lot, I think he's a Jets fan, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I just don't like the Dolphins. Hey. Have a good night, guys. I appreciate all y'all coming on, by the way. Man, busy. Yeah. Whenever we lose, we got the busiest We got the most people in here, boy.
They need their their
yes.
They need
the therapy and you got some people are just loving it that aren't Bills fans, and I get it.
Yeah, Steve, whoever's coaching the defensive backs needs to teach them to turn around and look for the freaking ball.
I gotta say too, another player that's kind of having a rough season, and I love him, Teron Johnson.
You know who played really well tonight? Rasul Douglas.
He absolutely did. He got beat on one play, got right. Yeah, he got right back on the ball. Yeah,
he was everything that we wanted him to be, and he damn near got that rip out touchdown. The guy's elbow went down.
So close. It was so close. Yeah, I agree with there. I think Douglas was a bright spot, but I think Teron this year is just played bad, man. Bad football. Too many mistakes, Andrea, Tommy, something is definitely going on with Josh in the offense. Players meeting, what are your thoughts? I think they've had 2 already.
Yep.
And it's not working. I got to say too, I 100% agree. He's a shell of him. Like I don't recognize his own head. Now.
Yeah, he's in his
head. He seems hesitant a lot. He seems to be stuck in the pocket more than ever. Like he's just in there. Like
almost
instead of moving around.
Beating it into him. You have to play from the pocket. You have to play from the
right.
pocket. You have to play
it's
from
so
the pocket.
odd. And he's right in the worst part of the pocket too. He's holding the ball. And then when he does get to the outside, if you've noticed, guys, in the past, he made a decision and it was very quick one. He didn't hesitate with the ball. Now he's hesitating. And by the time he does all that, the defenders are already on him. And it's just too late for him to run.
He used to just go.
He would just he would make the decision. I'm going to throw it or I'm going to run it. There was no hesitant. I don't know what is going on this year, but it's throwing his game off.
What's going on is they've been told he needs to stop running, so he's trying to stop running, and the offense doesn't work without Josh running because they didn't change the fucking scheme. It's the same scheme. It only works when Josh runs.
Tom, you're absolutely right. Listen, he knew listen, let me tell you that. Russell Wilson is a Super Bowl quarterback. He is a veteran.
Winning quarterback.
Super Bowl winning quarterback. He knows what the look was, and he knew exactly what Sean McDermott was bringing right there. And he said, okay, here we go. Real simple.
He underthrew it and had his receiver run back. And Jerry Jeudy almost blew that. Almost didn't run back to him enough.
He almost messed that up too. Yeah. Almost. How many players meetings do you need? It's over. I don't want to hear about it. I don't care about it anymore. It's not doing anything for this team. And you know what? To be honest with you guys, the disappointing part with all that, and that's something that Josh needs to work on. It should have been him holding this player meeting. It should have been him stepping up and being the voice, not fucking Latavius Murray. No offense to Latavius Murray, who's only been here 1 year, but when will Josh ever step up to the plate and start voicing and being our franchise quarterback that we need? I get that's not his style. He's not been that way vocal, but he has to be. We need a leader now. Leader more than any. If there's any time that we need more Josh Allen be more of a leader is right now. And I don't know, man. I don't see it right now in him. And maybe that's just not. He'll never be that. But I really hope one day he becomes that. I know, but
I don't think he'll ever be that. Get in your face.
I don't even want him in his face. I just want him more of just.
Josh was always I'm gonna lead by example, And do I think he's a good leader? Yeah, the players love him, and they'll run through a wall for him, and they all say it. I think the issue is they have the same scheme they've had for 7 years with someone else running it, and until you adjust your scheme and evolve, the defense knows what the fuck you're doing. They knew what we were doing last year. We didn't evolve. We went out and signed a little speedster. We've done nothing with them.
Absolutely.
We signed, we put all this crap out on tape in the preseason of this motion and misdirection, and it was awesome. And we've done none of it in the regular season. So until you decide to evolve, nothing you can do.
And by the way, defenses with mobile quarterbacks now, you notice that shit is not. Yeah, it's not working as much.
Look, all the elite quarterbacks are struggling this year.
That's what I mean. Even with Lamar, running, I'm talking about just mobile quarterbacks, that part of the game. Defenses now are fucking getting on them. Like they know exactly what they're like. Lamar ain't running like he used to. Justin Fields ain't running like he did last year. Josh Allen certainly isn't running like he used to. Defenses are smart now, and that's when it comes down to your offense coordinator going, okay, we can't do this anymore, but let's do this now. Let's counter that with this. And I feel like McDermott and Ken Dorsey, primarily Ken Dorsey, because he's the one calling the plays, he just hasn't figured that part out as an offense coordinator, how to adjust his game plan, how to switch things up, how to be more creative, with in your game planning, how to know your player's strengths and weaknesses. Just like Mikey mentioned, Hardy, right? A guy with electric speed, a guy that you could be using emotions, jet sweep, pop passes, doing a lot of little things with him. And he just doesn't know how to do it. And I feel like if you have a better offense coordinator in here going, okay, here's what I got in place. I got Hardy here. I got this. Like he would know. You're telling me that, Andy Reid wouldn't know how to work this offense? Are you fucking kidding me?
Sean McVay,
like a better. Of course they would.
Kevin O'Connell in Minnesota took a guy who hadn't taken a snap and figured out how to win with him.
Absolutely. So it goes back to scheme. It goes back to knowing your player's strengths and weaknesses. It goes back to head coaching as well to go, hey, I'm the head coach here. He ain't working out. It's time to move on from this guy. He's making he could have made that. He could have made that decision weeks ago. Weeks ago, when we all were going, this isn't good. This isn't good, right? And he could have said, you know what, Ken, I'm going to make a decision here. Anything, a new voice in the room, anything. He could, and I'm not even saying fire him. You could have made him whatever, demoted him, put him back to quarterback coach, whatever he wanted. But I'm saying, bringing a new voice into the room. Look what Denver. I think Denver did that, right? Denver got rid of somebody, and now they're better. I think another team also got rid of the head coach for the Raiders, right? They dumped him. Now they're it's okay. Sometimes it's okay to have a new voice in the room. It brings you a little spark.
Yep.
Yes, and if you're week after week after week after week after week after week after week, failing, it's time to move on. I don't care, man. Like, especially when you have a good enough team to be better than what you're throwing out there on the field. Come on, guys. Let's be real. You all could sit here and say Josh Allen sucks. Where was Diggs and this and that and this? Let me remind you that for the last 3 seasons or so, we've been one of the better offenses in the league. All of a sudden, we're just total garbage. Same players, by the way. Same fucking players. It just doesn't work that way, guys. It's the offense.
Play caller.
Absolutely. Come on, guys. Let's be real here.
It's the voice in the room. You have the same coaches, the same everything. It's the voice in the room has gotten stale. You need to have a shakeup. That's what I'm saying. Whether Ken Dorsey, deserves it or not, giving him the heave-ho is just a way to bring a spark in the room. Show some accountability. But why would you expect Sean McDermott to have accountability? He preaches accountability. I've yet to see him take accountability.
Absolutely.
That's just my opinion.
Other teams can win with the average quarterback play. McDermott shows he can't win a single game unless his quarterback plays like a superstar. And I agree with that as well. For the most part, there's been very, very, very few games that I can recall that this team has won with relying on just the defense. Like Allen.
The Giants game is the only one I can think of.
Right. I mean, you're right. Maybe the Giants game. And that was really close, but But there's not a lot. There's not a lot. And that's what concerns me as well. It's like, we have a defensive-minded head coach that can't win big moments and can't. It's mind-boggling. It is really mind-boggling. Like, you would think we would be unbelievable on defense with this, especially in clutch moments, big moments, and just not.
I would say 1% chance of Dorsey being fired tomorrow and Joe Brady calling the place. I'll say 1% because I don't believe there's never a 0% chance. But there's a 99% chance that Sean McDermott's just riding out the year the way it is. And then, because here's the thing. If McDermott fires Dorsey now and the offense doesn't get any better, then who's gonna be his scapegoat at the end of the year?
Right.
Because you can't fire yourself.
I have no idea what you mean here. Why receivers are selling. I have no idea what you mean there.
Yeah.
You have to explain that better, buddy. Because I've seen you put that like 5 times in the chat. Spears Bills talk. I'm stepping down for football for the year. Oh, you mean on your channel? Damn. Hey, you see, I can't do it. I don't blame you. I don't. But me and Mikey go regardless of win or lose. We're here to ride with you guys. That's what we do. But I don't blame you. I don't blame you. No, we didn't because we've been here talking to you. So let's see here. Triggs. McDermott was justifying that blitz call he did. So clearly he's not taking. Of course, bro, he will not. He does not. He won't ever. Right. So it is what it is.
Bobby, he probably did blame the players. No, don't get me wrong. The players played like shit.
Oh, a lot of them did. Some of them didn't. Some of them actually played pretty well tonight.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the fumbles by Cook, he actually had a pretty good game, man. Like, he had a good run tonight. But, man, fucking, bro, like 2 fumbles? Like, bro, you can't. Especially on the first possession.
And I think that's part of the problem is if it was just one guy making a mistake, that's fine. But everybody on the offense tonight. We had a drop from Kincaid. We had a drop from Gabe Davis that turned into an interception. We had a drop from Diggs. Allen dropped the ball and threw a bad pick. Wide receivers just standing around, not running routes or trying to come back to defend passes. Like it's all of them, one by one.
Bobby B lost all the respect for McDermott after the end of blaming the player. Of course, because he knows. First of all, he's never going to put the blame on himself, and. He knows that he doesn't want to lose his job either. He's not going to take the downfall for this. But though he should step up to the plate, bro. Your coaching's been poor. And your coaching staff has been poor. Miles is just trolling now. He's just funny. He's my buddy, so I'm not going to kick him out.
I agree with the coach. Dude. That's fine. You can agree with the coach.
No, he's just being a smartass.
I think it was the whole organization tonight.
Amy, I need to take an extra Xanax and a midnight hour. How many of us Mafia have those stomachs ulcers back from years gone past? I thought I'd be mad. Like, I've laughed over the last 2 weeks because I can't let this affect my week anymore. Like it used to.
Okay.
But I can't.
I need to hit on this one. Richard said the one thing about Allen is no touch pass, only finesse. Everything is on a line and bazooka. He's going to have drops. The 2 that were dropped tonight, well, really, all the drops tonight, he had to put them on a line like that. If he floats them and puts finesse on the ball, it gets batted down or intercepted.
I will say, but I agree with Mikey on that because that is true.
But there are times he does. There are times he does.
Right. Exactly. So what I was going to say was tonight, even if when you go back and watch the game, if you do whatever, even the commentator was like, man, if he doesn't have like that good of an arm to throw that on a rope, that ball's getting tipped or intercepted, whatever. So yes, they're like those plays tonight. That wasn't on him, but I will agree with you on the finesse thing. Like some of them doesn't need to be. And I've said this to Mikey, when there's a running back 5 yards ahead of you, you don't need to throw 100 miles an hour. There is times where he's just zipping him in there, and you don't need to do that. There's times that you need to, throw in the end zone, put a little touch to it, little air under the bar, and he chooses to line drive it in there, and it's not good either. Like Russell Wilson's throw tonight, I gotta say, fucking unbelievable throw and unbelievable catch. Was that Sutton, right? That made that catch tonight?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. By the way, he lofted that ball only where Sutton could get it. There was going to be no play by the defender on that, Mikey. Absolutely none. So that was.
I want to hit Joey's comment. He says it's not all on the coaches. The players have to execute, and at this point, Josh's smart decision making is not executing. Am I wrong? No, you're not wrong. Josh had a couple of really bad throws tonight. He also was failed by some of the players tonight. Yeah. But when the game was on the line, it was the coaches who failed this team when they had a chance to win. That's all I'm saying. It was I think I've said it multiple times tonight. It was a complete organizational fail tonight. All 3 phases at one point.
Yeah. So, anyways, so no Fournette, no. So they called up. What's
Norman.
his name? Norman, which I don't know if I even saw him play tonight, but I'm sure he did special teams. But
yep.
But Fournette, I think he's going to play next week because he did a tweet that was saying he's almost about time to play or something like that.
Yeah, just
so
in time for us to, after we're eliminated from playoffs. So that's real.
But I will say this, like I said, beside the fumble, what I felt like worked tonight, and we once again went away from it, was up-tempo offense and run the ball, mix it in a little bit, and you saw
the play action worked.
Yeah, and you saw chunk yards as well on the game, on the run, on the ground. So, but we went away from it way too often, and we went back to it. Then we went to it, and when we went to it, it worked. When we went away from it, we stalled. And I just don't understand. Once again, going back to the coaching, what are you doing? So, Leonard Fournette, I do believe you'll see him next week. What role will he play on this team? I have no idea because Cook actually played well tonight. If it wasn't for the fumbles, he had a really good game. So I don't think if Cook would have had a bad game tonight, Mikey, I could almost see Fournette getting maybe more snaps next week. But because Cook actually played well, I think Fournette will have some snaps, but I don't think he'll be the lead back. You know what I'm saying? Or have the most snap count. So
I don't think our running backs are the problem tonight.
Yeah, I thought Murray played fucking well too tonight.
Johnson ran hard when he got his one shot.
He did. Actually,
wasn't the problem outside of the fumbles.
Outside the fumble, correct. Even I think Murray had 67 yards. I think, right? I mean, I have to look at the stats, but I think Murray had like 60 yards running. It was the only thing working, Tom, except for the fumble. Like, if it wasn't for the stupid fumble early on, and by the way, like I said, Cook had the fumble later on, and it bounced right back to him.
Got so lucky. He got so
lucky. I can't believe it. I was watching that. I was just about to text you because I was like, oh, here we go. Fucking can't get anything going. And it bounced right back to him.
I don't disagree. They need to take the burden off of Allen and start to run the ball more. The problem is they're not consistent running the ball.
And I thought our offensive line did pretty good tonight.
Yes.
I got to be honest with you guys.
Josh worked with Jordan this offseason. Josh works with Jordan every offseason.
By the way, Spencer Brown is actually playing pretty good football.
Yeah.
For as much as a lot of people disagree with me going into the season, where I told you guys I thought Spencer Brown having an offseason with Aaron Cromer, being healthy, I thought that would benefit him, and you would see a much better Spencer Brown. Now, do I still think he's going to be an elite right tackle? No. But you got to give credit where credit is due. I think Spencer Brown this season is playing pretty good football at right tackle. So I'm happy with that. Matter of fact, I'm happy, honestly. The offensive line is doing pretty good. I mean, the last 3 weeks, a little below average, but I thought tonight was not bad. They opened up some good holes in the run game. I felt like their pass protection was pretty good. So offensive line tonight, not bad. What do you think about the offensive line, Mikey, tonight? I thought it was okay.
The offensive line was good enough to win. The problem was the playmakers tonight on offense.
Yeah.
Miscues and lack of execution. Don't get me wrong, Josh had some pressure in his face, but there wasn't a ton. The O-line's been consistent. It's been, I bet you the O-line fits somewhere 15 to 18 in the league right now.
That's what exactly. So I would say just a tad, but I would say a little better than average. Our OL has been the best we've had, been healthy all season. I agree with that. Yes. By the way, we're going into week 11 now, next week, with the same offensive line. That's crazy to me because I couldn't tell you the last time we had a healthy offensive line, and I couldn't also tell you the last time we were 5-5. When was the last time? 2018, right? At this record, about this time, right? I mean,
Steve, I'm kind of with you on this. These players are lost. Add 12 man to the throwback, the wide right, the 13 seconds. And the sad part is the one win we've had recently was against the Bucks. They could have won on a Hail Mary if the guy just turns around.
So
and then the one before that was the Giants, where we got away with pass interference in the end zone.
We were 6-10 in 2018.
There's a chance that we go 6-11 this year. Not saying we win another game.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was thinking back. When was
we may have a top 10 pick this year.
Golly.
So let me ask you this: if the Bills, the Bills win one game the rest of the way, do you think McDermott has a better shot at getting fired that way than he does if we go 500 the rest of the way?
I think the owners will look at the injuries as an excuse.
Dude, we don't have any injuries on offense.
On defense, but they're still gonna take that and trust me, they're still gonna take that and they're gonna run with it. They're gonna look at the past and see what we've done, what he's done for the city of Buffalo and this team. I'm telling you,
this league isn't what you've done for me. It's what you've done for me lately.
I'll tell you what, I almost can guarantee you this. Almost. I'm on the fence, but I think you'll see McDermott on opening night of the new stadium.
He's canned for.
No, I think he's there.
Oh my God!
I swear to God,
that's a Marvin Lewis all over.
Yes, guys, we have now entered into the Marvin Lewis zone.
Marvin Lewis. All right, Tommy, you just made me sad. We need to end this thing. I can't do any more tonight.
Anyway,
my brain can't take any more of this.
So, our next, so tomorrow, let me give you the rundown for the week. Tuesday, tomorrow, Nuclear Heat Wave Wrestling podcast at 7:30. They go live, so anyone that likes wrestling, that will be on at 7:30 tomorrow. Then on Thursday, Mafia Means Family podcast. If they want to still continue to do it, I don't know. They may be like, I'm done with this. But anyways, they go live at 7:30 on Thursday. Friday Night Lights with me and Mikey. We go on Friday night at 8:30. And then Saturday is Fantasy Kingdom at 2. And then 6 o'clock is AFC Shakedown. So that's the lineup for the week.
All right, Dallas, you want me to leave you something positive?
Yeah. All right. I gotta hear it.
We're 5-5. We're technically not out of the playoff hunt yet.
That is true.
We're 5-5.
So we're
like this.
So what is it? What is it now? What'd you say? We're not technically what?
Out of the playoff hunt.
In my opinion, that sucked. What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
And I'm with him. Alice asked for something positive. I'm just giving him something positive.
Listen, I'm just throwing that out there. Did McDermott do that in his press conference tonight?
No. He said.
I would like that.
He's like, the evaluation of us, we've been inconsistent through 10 weeks.
Come on, just give me something, McDermott. Give me that. I'll take the Jim. Is that Jim Moore, right? That was his name. Yeah. Who was that guy? Jim Moore. Give me that. Give me that. I don't care if they blast it on ESPN all week. Come on, give me real talk. Stop with the coach speak. Come out and say it. Our fucking offense stinks. Ken Dorsey sucks. It's time to make a change.
No, he's put on players. He'll defend Dorsey to the end.
Yeah, players. Yeah, 100%.
It's all the players.
So I'm saying, guys, so if you guys listen, if you guys are going to listen to
the players are at fault.
Oh, 100% too. This is a team game. No doubt. You got to execute, but coach, you got to go. Coach got to go. Anyways, guys, we're out of here. Bills Mafia, we love you. And as always, go Bills. We're out of here.
Go Bills.
Peace.